There was a murder on Blackstar Lane. Waterdeep no longer sleeps, the street will never be the same. There was a murder on Blackstar Lane, and I think I know who done it. I think I know who's to blame. So watch me point the finger. We found ourselves a ringer. I'm making it my business to deliver you this killer. They've taken someone's life. The method generally implies it's not a big and scary villain. It's a coward with a knife. There was a murder on Blackstar Lane. Waterdeep no longer sleeps, the street will never be the same. There was a murder on Blackstar Lane, and I think I know who done it. I think I know who's to blame.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hello. Hello, everybody. Oh, well, welcome back. Good to see you guys. I really hope that you've had a year. Yes, we are. We're here. So, yes, welcome to the very 11th episode of Waterdeep Mallrats, a Blackstar Lane. Ooh. Oh, I tell you, I've had a break, and I've literally got to a point where I was like, "What is the day? What day is today?" And I found that having this stream back on Monday means I now understand things are 7 days long, and like the longest that I could think of is 7 days, and I'm really, really happy that we're back. Also, just really happy to see you guys' faces.
Hey. 7 days thing is a gift and a curse, though, because it's like, oh yeah, I know weeks now, and then you're like, oh shit, it's been a week.
Yeah.
Well, I can just do exactly. Yeah. As usual, please say hello on the chat and say wonderful to our wonderful operator. You doing, pups?
Doing very well, thank you. Hold please. I've just got a Mr. Mark Jefford coming in asking what day/year is it. Mark, don't ask us. We're unemployed.
Exactly. It's DR 1437, I think. I'm gonna go with that one. Welcome. This is immersive, my friend. This is full in. All right. So that's weird. We don't talk about Monday, Tuesday. We talk about I don't know what it is. I'm not that much of a nerd. Okay, so yes, so we've kind of returned with lots and lots of things happening. Oh, Mama Thorpe's here as well. I need to say hello to everybody.
Hi, Mama Thorpe.
But what we thought we might do is that we've been out looking at some other channels and having a little watch around and seeing what's going on as well. So we'll have a little chat about that later on. But first, we're going to find out how everyone's doing. So, Gabby, how are you doing?
I'm really good, thanks. It's January. Which is always nice. I'm someone who's born in January as well, so I've had to get really, especially this year, I've had to build up a thick skin of people being like, January's so shit, and me being like, yeah, because if there wasn't a January, there'd be no me. Think about it like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But especially this year, as this year started in a similar way as last year ended. So it's obviously people like, this is so rubbish. I'm like, yeah, but wait, 10 more days and it's cool. For me. So yeah, good, thanks. Good. Cold and January-fied, which is good.
Which is very, very good. Well, we'll say hello to you, and we'll also pop over and say, hey, Evie, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm very happy to be back, especially at the beginning of the stream, not hiding.
I know, right? I was thinking about this just now. I was like, this has been such a long time since I've been able to ask you, how are you doing on this stream? And I think everybody, please, on the chat, if you want to say hi to Evie, please say hi and welcome back to Evie, because it's so good to have you. And I'm so glad that you're here.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy to be back. I'm super happy to be back. Similar feeling, very cold all the time. But I love January because it's Gabby's birthday in January. That's what I'm looking forward to at the moment.
You didn't know it was Gabby's birthday till about 5 seconds ago. Don't you lie. Don't you lie to these people.
I remember 30th.
Yeah.
See?
Oh,
See? To be fair, I didn't remember what month it was in though, but now I know. I love January. But yeah, apart from that, all good. Just keeping sane really.
Good.
Doing lots of bits and bobs.
Mhm.
I've been watching something this week that I wanted to do a little shout out for, if that's all right, everybody.
Please.
They're really, really great. It's called Roll Together, and I think their handle on everything is Roll Together RPG for like Twitch, YouTube, and all of that. And it's basically they do loads of D&D campaigns, and it's a really like massively diverse group of people and players, and they are an absolute treat. They're amazing. I started watching Agents of the Nine Hells Redux because they're doing it again, but with a slightly different story. And I think it was the first episode last week, actually. So their next one is tomorrow night at 7. And they are just really, really super fun. And I've become a fan. So, yeah, check them out. Roll Together RPG.
Nice. Dan, do you mind just popping that on the chat if you could, so that we can get people to go over?
I shall do that now. Was that Tuesdays at 7, Evie?
Tuesdays at 7 until 10.
Nice.
Lovely. And at Roll Together RPG.
Good time, 7 till 10.
Yeah.
Prime time.
Yeah, it's also got some banging music because it's all like 80s, 90s, like metal inspired. And then they just have this like really dirty, like slappy bass going on. And I'm just there like,
oh mate, yeah. You sold me on the D&D and bass. Like that's it, I'm in. Nice. Okay, so yeah, go check them out. So that was Roll Together RPG. I'm gonna watch them tomorrow as well, and maybe we'll have a chat about it next week.
Oh yeah, let's.
Yeah, let's see that. All right.
Down for that.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Evie.
That's all right.
Oh, by the way, Darren says hi. He says hi. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to go to the Moody Man. How are you doing, Rob? You good?
Yeah, fine.
So when we did our Christmas special, I was looking over the Christmas special. I was like, you were so moody the whole way through.
It's bollocks. Bullshit. Humbug.
But you look fantastic. I got to admit, I love the new headphones. Nice.
Thank you. Thank you. Poundland, baby. They're working for now. So I'm delighted. I'm dressed up as my drink today.
Me too.
So
Hi.
Speaking of things we dressed as. What are these?
Oh no, I disappeared.
Oh my goodness me.
Yes.
Uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get this up nice and close as well.
Oh, really nice.
It's
I've got one. Yeah.
Oh, really nice. Oh, you're one sick, man.
One's better than mine.
So
we all have to wear them now, otherwise we're not allowed to play. We get kicked.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like chess.
Will, I want to take bets as how long it will be before Dan cuts his sleeves off.
Do you know what? I so very nearly ordered. The only reason I didn't order a vest version of this was because it was easier and quicker to get it done, and I wanted it to get done before the start of this stream. I very nearly supplied my own, but then
exactly. Oh, Bevins is shouting merch. Yep,
merch.
Great. Merch. But yeah, so thank you very much, Dan and Rob, for sorting that out. That was absolutely wonderful. So thank you very much.
Very welcome.
Can I also give 2 shout outs? Firstly to Zoe Lambrakis, who did this incredible design here. I literally sent her some of the pictures that we were using and Rob's images, and she drew this by hand and was like, oh, this is something that I'm mocking up, but I'm not too sure. I was like, please send me that image. Please send me that image. And not only did she send me an electronic one that we could then send to the t-shirt printers, but also she sent me a Christmas card with the original drawing, so I now have that at home. So thank you very much, Zoe. And then also thank you, Designed by Ben Hall, supporting local business literally at the end of my road down here in southeast London, for getting these epic t-shirts made. The class of nearly 9.
Yeah, Cassalanter Line. And I suppose, I mean, we've just already got people asking if they could get hold of them.
I've seen.
So maybe we can kind of give out the email address later on, because I think you're going to be doing a bit of that anyway. So that might be a way of contacting us if you do fancy to get your hands onto a Cassalanter Institute for Unfortunate Children t-shirt.
When did we get professional, guys?
Oh mate, this is ridiculous.
When did this happen?
Well, we had a bit of time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did we get for Christmas? Professionalism.
Yeah, it's because, and you know why it is
for years.
It's because all of us have looked over and got that email, that message from HMRC saying it's time to do your taxes, and that's the point in which you go, I'm going to be professional.
Why other people think about January that isn't Gab's birthday?
Oh yeah, Gab's birthday makes me professional as well. Oh my word.
But I'm fine. Thanks for asking anyway.
Oh, good. Oh my word. I keep coming. Oh, in case you didn't hear it, we had our new version of our theme song today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Rob, and thank you, Evie, as well, and thank you, Dan, later on for the bit of music later on. But let's have a see how Dan is doing. How are you, Dan? How are you doing?
I am really good, thanks. Rob, you look so adorable. I have spent most of my weekend, seeing all of your beautiful faces, cycling around London, and experiencing quite how Baltic it's been out there. But it's been really lovely to sort of play, post-Christmas Danta and come round and see all your faces as we drop these out. Because how long has it been, Rob, since I excitedly sent you a message about this?
Oh, I don't know, maybe months ago.
So yeah, just putting everything together, navigating the lockdowns, and it was really lovely. Like this week to be like, this is my Mallrats week. Like putting together the trailer with all of your amazing. Oh, I've just had a thing pop up on my. Don't know what that was. Putting together all the amazing footage that you guys sent, and then getting a chance to see these in the flesh, and then put them on and give them to you guys. So it was, it's been quite a good week and a very streamy week. Is that a word?
Streamy. Yeah. I'm happy with that.
It's been very streamy.
Yeah. I don't know if it sounds dirty or not.
Well, of course it does. It came out of my mouth.
Oh, that's true. So I think we have upped our professionalism. You're absolutely right, and it is the greatest gift the world could ever have. Is a more professional Joe Thorpe. Way more
humble as well.
Humble,
humility,
humble,
and professionalism.
Mm-hmm. Keep drinking. So, but we have got some other announcements that are cracking.
How are you, Joe? How are you?
Oh, mate, I'm fucking brilliant. I had my anniversary yesterday.
Happy anniversary. 14 years, I believe, is it?
14 years with Nat 20.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just hear her in the background. She is wonderful and the love of my life.
Joe's not talking to a Duragar anymore.
No.
To a real person.
But yeah, she's wonderful. Hang on.
I think.
Get it out.
Nat 20 needs to be on a t-shirt by itself. Like,
that's true. I'm in love with Nat 20. So that's been great. I've started January, as everyone does, given up smoking and started running, which has been brilliant. So yes, I'm now on day 9 of not smoking.
Good man.
That's so good.
Good man.
But yeah, good. I feel fantastic. But yeah, so it's been good. I've also been drawing some more maps. I've been starting a new adventure. I've got a new adventure going on with Heavens Bevins, which is going to be a fantastic little single solo. So we're going to be playing some Acquisitions Incorporated, but unfortunately we're not going to be streaming it for you guys. Oh, Ferg, shut up. I know it's... But yeah, so we've been doing lots and lots of things. So Gabby, we've got a few changes happening, haven't we?
We do have a couple of changes happening. We are going to be moving to Twitch solely. So we'll be moving from Facebook to Twitch and only streaming live to Twitch, which is amazing because you might be able to have some influence on the game and the players if you watch us on Twitch. Maybe we will divulge more information on that a little bit later on, but you will be able to catch up on Facebook, but you won't be able to influence us.
Be an influencer.
Yeah.
Hashtag. Oh my god, I love the quinoa. I don't know why my influencer is like a 50-year-old woman from Brooklyn who smokes like 200 cigarettes a day.
Yeah.
I love the
You should meet my son. He'd absolutely love you.
But yes, so moving over. We're not moving straight away though, are we? We're waiting a little bit of time.
Couple of weeks. So everyone to get used to the idea, then we can all go.
Nice.
Yeah, don't like change, so
yeah, gradual. Lots of warning. Also, we have
a different website, easily navigated.
Yeah. Speaking of websites, though, we are also creating a website.
What?
Yeah, with new features and content, and you might be able to get to know the residents of Blackstar Lane a little bit better, but you also might be able to get to know us as humans a little bit better as well. Yeah. Like what other things we do in our lives, which is exciting, and maybe some of our pet peeves. I don't know, that came off the top of my head. Maybe we'll do a pet peeve section.
What's one of your pet peeves, Gabby?
Fruit in dessert. That's not dessert, is it? Fruit in dessert is not a dessert. This is what I don't get about people. Why are you eating an apple crumble? That's like healthy. Eat a chocolate brownie and keep your mouth shut. That's what I mean, man. Like, come on. Sorry, you shouldn't have. Sorry, I'm really.
So what happens if I have a chocolate dipped strawberry on top of my chocolate ganache? Does that mean that I'm being bad?
Well, you're eating your chocolate ganache, but you're also trying to be healthy, which is fine. Just don't call it dessert. Call it like 1 of my 5 a day.
I used to really like January.
If you would like to hear more of Gabby's rants about food, please make your way to the website. URL be decided.
Food is a big situation in my life.
It seems like loads of people have now switched over to Twitch like automatically. So great.
I thought you were switched off.
Yeah, they've gone. But there is things like I'm having a lovely chat with Heavens Bevins at the moment. We're going to be looking at some whack recipes that are going to be coming on. So that's going to be fun. So I'm looking forward to that might be our first kind of new content onto the website. But it's got to be a little bit of time before we get there, for sure.
Have you immediately just scrubbed off half of the desserts from your slate after Gabby's rant?
Yes.
That's just me. That's not Oshi. Who knows what Oshi eats?
Sabotage the DM cookery book. Well, that could be fun.
Oh my god.
That'd be so good.
So literally this has turned from being like over professional to hey we got t-shirts to hey we got books.
It's a brand now.
Mate, I'm an author. Yeah. Remember that.
Can we call the book Saute the DM?
Saute the DM.
No. The Waterdeep top 10 recipes, yeah.
Dungeons and Dippers.
100 ways to use chicken dippers. Oh my word, this is the best way. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. I completely agree. We are talking way too much about money. No more money. Talking.
No.
Beer.
Yeah.
So talking about moving over to Twitch, I'm going to add this on now. Actually, before we carry on, I know this is more than us usual chatting away, but we've got a lot of things to kind of cover today. So today we are going to have a little play around with an idea. So those of you who just moved over to Twitch, you will notice that you have some channel points to spend. So down in the corner where you write your messages on the chat, there should be a little symbol of what I call a sabotage bomb. You can now click on there and be able to give our players advantage dice, which they can use in game to try and so they can use to kind of influence the game. They cost about 600 points. Points don't cost you anything. Literally, your points will be made from you watching, commenting, chatting. Any way that you engage, you make some points and then spend those points to make them screw me over, essentially. But you can also spend points to let me screw them over as well. So you can
Which you wouldn't do that though.
No, I'd never do that.
We're all so nice.
Exactly. So you should see a bunch of like little buttons saying Pups Advantage or Arbor Advantage or DM Disadvantage, and you just click them on, and hopefully we'll see a little thing happen on the stream, but I have no idea yet. We'll find out, won't we? But this is a way in which you guys can affect how we play, and I really hope that you can have some fun with us. All right. However, you can't do that if you're on Facebook. So you have to come over and join us.
Oh, Mark Jefford's already planning revenge, Rob, for 404.
As I think it's yeah. So GP Daz, just so you know, yes, it's DM Disadvantage is the option. Just so you're aware. So that's giving me disadvantage dice to use on the players. If that makes no sense, I'll change it to advantage later on, and it'll probably make more sense. But yeah, so if you want to use that, you crack on and use that. Oh, heavens, Beffins has got 2,500 points to play with. All right.
Oh.
Yes.
Great. Okay. So that's fantastic. So thank you, Gabby, for all of that. So yes, I think maybe we should kind of crack on with some bits and pieces, really, shouldn't we?
Just before I go, can I just throw a little bit of final information out to peeps before we crack on? So I just want to say, if you do want to come over and support us, support the channel, support the people here, everything that goes within the support goes to upkeep of the channel. It goes towards all the new plans that we've got, and yeah, everything goes directly that way. You can go via Twitch Prime, or mate, you can go.
Thanks, Daz. What? Sorry, GP Daz just subscribed to us. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that.
Amazing.
Yay.
Thank you so much. Yes, please do throw us your Twitch Prime or your Tier 1 subscription, or we've got a PayPal donation at the very bottom here of the Twitch stream. But if everything that I just said makes no sense to you, and you would like a bit of guidance, you're like, oh, I really want to support the channel, but I'm not really sure how, then just drop us an email or send a DM to the Instagram or the Facebook page, and one of us will pick it up. I'm just going to drop the email address into the chat room just now. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. So actually, yeah, thank you, Mr. Jeffords, as well, for gifting the sub over to Daz. So I really appreciate that. So yes, we've got people helping people, which is always really nice. All right, so
sorry, can I do one other thing?
Yeah, sure.
Just because I want to, because it's about one of our very own, very talented people. The lovely Gabby, I'm saying it for her, has written a play. She's written a play, it sounds like it's gonna be a very good play. And she has a Kickstarter for it. And I think are you 70% now, or nearly 70, which is amazing.
Today. Woo.
Yes, Gabs.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. Brilliant, diverse creatives. I mean, if you think Gabs is good at improv, then you know what's she going to be like as a writer. So yeah, I think it's well worth backing if you can. Dan, do you happen to have a link you could drop?
Oh, do you know what? I might just have a little link.
Yeah. I would love it. I would love it if the moderation bot just blocks Dan from doing it.
Yeah, that's right, Joe. Let's not support Gabby.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Evie. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Rob. Also, thank you to Mark Jeffords, who has already pledged.
What a legend!
Absolute babe. It's amazing. So thank you for your support.
Nice.
And also, aren't the tickets now available, Gabs?
Oh yeah, there are tickets available. There's a season. Thank God these people. There's a season launch tomorrow, Wednesday. So I've been shooting something today for that, and then the tickets are currently on sale. So the 18th to the 20th of February, it will be streamed, so you can sit and watch it at home.
Nice.
Amazing.
Excited. I'm kind of enjoying our new professional us. It's quite nice.
And it's gonna last for 1 week.
1 week. Yeah. Next week we'll all just be, I was going to say taking drugs and stuff, but my mum's on here, so I'm not going to say that.
I was going to say snotting. Why would we snot? Why would that be
snotting?
Yeah, just snotting down our faces. Yeah, we're really professional.
Right.
I was thinking, what's the worst thing you can do in an interview is maybe sneeze on yourself. Stop.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's written a show.
Yeah.
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 I'm done.
Sorry.
Oh God.
Oh, guys, have you seen the merch? Let's talk more about the merch
Let's talk
because
about merch.
that's merch things,
Yeah.
professional things.
So it was quite a long time ago that we were back with you guys. So it might be good if we have a little bit of a recap of what happened last week. Because the rest of us have memories like goldfish. Apparently, Rob has told me that he has the greatest memory
Of all time.
of all of us. So please tell us what happened last week.
Cast your mind
I can't remember.
back 3 weeks ago. The air was thick with anticipation as the end of the year rapidly approached. 5 nerds sat in their homes playing D&D together and told a story collectively of a group of adventurers struggling through the slums of Waterdeep. The episode opened with Arbor, the most handsome of the group, having a conversation with Alphonse about the Blades and the Watchers. That was very passive aggressive. It then moved on to Pups and Oshi having talks about who they trust and what to do. Arbor then arrived at Price is Right and delivered a message which told them to meet him at the docks later on that evening because there was something that needed to be discovered. Arbor then went back to the Blades and found out that somebody was poisoning Ma Blade. Shock horror. His response to finding out that someone was poisoning Ma Blade was to kill her by suffocating her with a pillow. And then searching for someone, or like kind of pinning it on whoever was poisoning Ma Blade. The gang then met up at the docks later on because there had been rumors of something being stored at the docks that had some connection to the Watchers, possibly flour that all had gone missing. The gang found themselves in a bit of trouble where Oshi pulled an absolute blinder and killed an orc by holding poison in her mouth and then seducing him over before planting a fatal kiss on his lips. But then things looked bad because the alarm was raised and everyone was surrounded. We were surrounded by everyone else. That's when the true savior of the day arrived, Baggy herself. Yeah. After a small vacation, learning things and being good at magic, arrived and kicked some ass. And the gang felt safe for the time being as we discovered, what's his name? Baragon. Thank you very much, Baragon. Best memory in the world, kids. Baragon, who was tied up in the warehouse and had been kept there. All the flour had been taken by the Watchers, and Arbor sent Helena, his sidekick, back to help get all this moved back onto the street again. Meanwhile, the stream closed with a close shot of Billy Blade delivering the package that he had told Mr. Follicles he would. And inside this case, this package was a bloodied blade and a vial of poison.
Bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
Thank you very much, mate.
Welcome.
Yep.
That's very good.
But the real question is, what colour was the door for the warehouse that they went in to take the flour from?
Maroon.
Thank you, mate.
Next.
Perfect.
Next question.
Absolutely perfect. It's almost as if you have like a photographic memory.
Thank you.
Or
The gift and a curse.
Or you're able to watch the stream from last week and figure out what happened.
The former. I've done little to no research.
You know, Rob, that was absolutely fantastic, and I loved the beginning intro as well. That was really lovely. Thank you.
Thank you. You're very welcome.
So, yeah. So I think maybe we can jump in after that then.
We can.
Yeah.
We our characters are a little bit different at the moment, though, aren't they, Joe?
Oh fucking hell, yeah. Yeah, they are, yeah. Professional. Flipping hell. Yeah. So you guys are now level 1. Proper heroes. All right, so we'll quickly go round and see what everyone can do. Yep. Let's see what happens. So, Oshi, now level 1.
Oh, she's level 1, and she's a level 1 rogue.
Ooh, let me see if I get your character sheet up. Let's have a look.
Thought she might be.
There we go, character sheet. So rogue, of course, it was going to be a rogue.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's a great bunch of scores you got there. So, let's have a look. Well, what can you do? Let's have a look. Sneak attack, most important.
Yeah. Sneak attack, very exciting. And the sneak attack, I think, obviously when I'm hiding, it gives me advantage on all my attacks. But it also, if my enemy is within 5 feet, and I think that works well with my feet that I've got as well.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so just so you guys are aware that are watching, go, hang on, how come they've all got feats at level 1? Are you insane, Joe? The answer is no, I'm professional. And what we've done is we followed from the commoner rule set. If you follow the full commoner rules from -4 to 1, you get a bonus feat as like a reward for going through hell.
It was hell. It was really hell.
Absolutely.
All 9 of them.
So that's why, Oshi, you've taken Skulker as your feature. So do you want to talk through Skulker for us?
Yeah, she's sneaky.
Great.
Sorry, Joe.
It's all right.
I missed that.
So what does Skulker actually do?
So it means that Oshi is an expert in slinking through the shadows. So she can hide when only lightly obscured from a character or the character or creature which I'm hiding from. When you are hidden from a creature and miss it with a ranged attack, the attack doesn't reveal your position. This is it. This is the best thing. So if she misses, they won't be able to see her.
Sneak for days.
Sneak for days, baby.
Yeah, it's so
getting
important.
everywhere.
That's such an important feature. I mean, the amount of times you're just like, hey, firing off this thing, I'm trying to kill you, but oh no, you know where I am now.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. That's it. Sneak attack every time. It always reminds me. It reminds me of the time that Oshi killed that the druid lady in front of the burning tree when we were doing Sunless Citadel. Yeah, skulking away.
I love it.
I'm really looking forward to seeing that. That's great. All right, cool. So we had Oshi, so level 1. You've got 9 hit points. Your AC is 14. That's correct, isn't it?
Yeah.
Great. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's have a look at Pups.
Cool. So Pups took all that bell ringing and cobblestone cleaning to heart and has gone down the route of a monk.
Nice. Oh my God! Look at your scores. That's insane.
There you go. I don't know what happened. It
you
just
got
happened.
professional. That's what happened.
I got well professional. I was like, I put on my branded T-shirt and was like, "Yep, I'm gonna have it." This, you know what? This T-shirt gives me an armor class of 17.
Oh, Alex, I just want to ask Alex, what's wildly overpowered? Is that the Skulker or just Pups in general? Please do answer that one so I know where we are.
Alex, hi, Alex.
So you've come from Monk. You've gone some very, very great scores here. So Dex 18, Wisdom 17, fantastic. But what's your main deal?
So it's mostly going to be just standing in the way of things, hopefully not getting hit, because I'm still quite squidgy, but I'm dodgy squidgy. And then I'm just going to be finally Pups might actually land some hits and not get his nose broken. So I've got a quarterstaff to bash people with. I can also punch them in the same turn. And yeah, I'm very excited for key points when they turn up as well.
I mean,
there's all sorts of monk shit that I plan on doing.
I love your strength score.
Yeah.
Like
So
-2, it is beautiful. Considering that you get like proficiency on saving throws for strength, and it's
I know it's
0.
got it up to a 0.
It's got it up to a 0, so that's so good. So what feat did you go for? in the end?
So I went for observant, which means that I can read lips. It also means that it upped my wisdom just one more. And also I've got a +5 bonus to my passive perception. So I've got a passive perception of 18. So ain't nothing getting past Pups. Pups has turned into a bit of a super sneaky spy.
Nice. So if you add that with Oshi,
we're getting everywhere.
Team sneaky.
Exactly.
We're back, baby.
Really nice. Okay, so and you've got hit points of 9, but your AC is 17.
17. That's ridiculous. And a initiative of 4.
I know.
Too high.
Ridiculous. You know. Actually, so about ridiculous. Let's go to Mr. Killick. So let's have a look at Mr. Arba.
Seamless,
mate. Professional, me. Right.
You don't know Arba's brother. Ridiculous.
All right, so this is an interesting one. So you kind of go down a really interesting route, which is
Bard,
of course, Mr. Singer.
Bard. Yeah, like most pubs in Waterdeep, Arba is Bard. He is now the equivalent of that guy at a house party who whips out the guitar. However, because of his feat, which is lucky, it turns out this party is full of Oasis fans, and he's playing the fuck out of Wonderwall.
Oh,
Wonderwall, there it is. Thank you, Mr. Jeffords. On. So you're going for lucky. Perfect. All right. So what else have we got to look out for?
Apart from his world-crushing charisma, not much else.
But you got bardic inspiration though.
Bardic inspiration, yeah. I think. And some spells. We should talk about spells. Yeah. Message, cantrips are message and vicious mockery, so he can call someone a prick through their mind.
I can't wait for your mockeries.
He's got first level spells, charm person, command, and kids, get ready because I've got some exciting command words that I intend on using. I've got fairy fire and distort value, which is very Arbor because he can change the perceived amount of things that people are either selling or buying. And I think that's very, very much the gang fence kind of vibe to him.
Very nice, because that's an Acquisitions Incorporated spell, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes. Do I say yes to that?
Sorry, I'm just reading Alex's comment. It's so good. He just thought we were talking about feet instead of feats.
Yeah, feats. Feats. The plural of feats.
And he just wondered what the campaign had descended into. Okay, so
a group of poor creatives who have to make ends meet on the website that shall not be named. Moving on.
So good. So that's fantastic. Vicious mockery. It's quite a fun little spell.
Vicious mockery.
So we'll get to those when we get there. I don't think we've actually seen a bard on this channel yet.
No, we have not.
No, not even in Jack's Funhouse. We didn't see Jack in Jack's Funhouse. We didn't see it. We didn't see it in any of the adventures. So this could be quite fun to see. So fantastic. So you got HP is 11 and your armor class is 13 as well. Yes?
Yeah, sorry. I was thinking about command. Are you okay with, like, depending on how quickly I say two words together, that being one word? Like, fuck off. That could be spelled like...
Yeah, we can try it.
Anyway, we'll get to it when we get there.
We'll get there when we get there. Or we could do it like it's sort of like perceived understanding. So if you said fuck off, we know that means please go away.
Okay.
Yeah? Or like
please.
Or like stop.
Yeah. Or we'll make them roll for what they reckon is the right thing to do.
Oh, yes, please. Thank you very much. All right. So from one new class that we haven't seen on the channel before, which is Bard, to another brand new class.
So excited!
So excited to see this. So, Baggy.
So Baggy, she's gone away. She's honed her skills. She's used her tinkering. She is, of course, an artificer. Or I was calling it artificer for ages, but I think it is actually artificer. It's the one that no one knows how to say.
I say artificer.
Yeah, I was saying artificer as well. Should we just stick with that?
Yeah.
Ali was like, it's artificer, but we'll say artificer.
We make the rules, baby.
Yeah, it's our channel. We'll say what the fuck we like professionally.
Professionally.
So, artificers are cool, right? That's basically all I want to say. No, she's she's obviously got a couple of cantrips, 4 spells prepared, 2 spell slots at this level, and also the cool thing with artificers that I didn't know was that you can change your prepared spells after a certain, an amount of rest, a long rest, basically. Mm-hmm. So I've got all of the spells in my list, just not ticked yet, and I've been researching them. Yeah, so that's really fun. So I'm really, really excited to use that. And the feat I've gone for. So I think Baggy especially as in battle, I think she's going to be the one kind of on the outside sending stuff in. Mm-hmm. And then we'll only get her hands dirty when she has to. But I thought, she's so angry. She's so full of revenge. I had to go for Orcish Fury as the feat.
Yeah.
Did everything else so well. It's like, why wouldn't you,
Mm-hmm.
So I could either have increased my strength or con by 1. And both of those for me were at a point where it wasn't going to change the level anyway. So I just added on to the strength because it was the least that I had, the smallest number. And then when I hit with an attack using a simple or a martial weapon, I can roll one of the weapon's damage dice an additional time and add it as extra damage.
Wow.
When
That's
she does
so cool.
it's good. It's like she's got some stuff in her back pocket to use when when the spell slots have run out. Boom.
Mm-hmm. So for those of you guys out there who have never seen an artificer, artificer is sort of imagine like a great inventor of magical and explosives and science, and sort of accesses magic.
Man.
Yeah. Well, no, because they're not capitalists.
Okay.
They invent things, they create things that access magic through the ways of science. So it's going to be very, very cool to see what Baggy sort of creates in the end. What spells did you go for in the end?
Let me have a quick look to remind myself. So I went for cantrips. We've got Mending and Firebolt, which is
yes,
yes,
everyone loves a Firebolt.
So good. And then for now, equipped, I've got Cure Wounds, very useful. Chaos Bolt, which is the best thing ever. If you roll a double, it just continues on to the next person. And then a new one, Tasha's Caustic Brew.
Ooh. Oh, that's a really good point, actually. We'll talk about Tasha's Caustic Brew, and then I'm going to talk about Tasha's in general in a second, actually, because that's how we did our characters for this one. All right, so talk to us about Tasha's Caustic Brew.
Well, it's a little bit like Acid Splash, actually. It's quite similar. So like a 30-foot long, like sort of line of acid appears from some object. Each creature has to do a dex saving throw, basically. But they get, I think it's 2d acid damage, and also they get covered in it if they're in the line of fire, if they get hit. So they then have to use an action to get rid of the acid. So it's really good for hitting, and then also kind of like making them disengage for a bit and wasting an action on just getting rid of the acid, because otherwise they have to keep doing rolls.
Oh, right, I gotcha. Nice. It is really nice. So I think you can prepare one more spell, can't you?
Well, I looked at this. I think it's rounding down. So it's your I can't remember what it is now. But
I thought it's your intelligence plus your level, right?
Oh, it's intelligence plus half your level. And then you have to round.
Oh, I see.
You did say 4, and then I was like, oh, that isn't quite right.
Oh. Well, you know what I'm going to do for that? Let's have a quick look. See if I can do this.
Taking over my screen.
If you're still here, Mr. Jefford, love. See you soon. Enjoy your campaign.
There we go.
Forward
So
to
I've just
catching
given
up.
you. I have just given you some advantage on. So you can take some advantage from me for correcting my own mistake.
Woo!
Mhm.
Oh yes, look, I carried over some inspiration from my previous character sheet before I had a little bit of time off. Is that okay?
I
The
love
DM
it.
giveth, the DM taketh away.
I used it though. I'm being honest, Joe. You've got to reward honesty.
Do I? Like if Oshi was honest with me, like I would just keep continually throwing disadvantage her way, like because it's Oshi, right? Well, I suppose it's Baggy.
Yeah.
Baggy is honest.
She is. Whereas Oshi lies about almost everything, even when there's no good reason to.
So instead, then you've got 2 advantage. Then you've got 2 advantage dice to your use.
Amazing.
All right,
Thank you very much.
that's all right. Don't do it again. So, but yeah, the Artificer is a really, really interesting class, and something that is an absolute nightmare sometimes for DMs. My friend Joel Samuels, that you may have seen on the Saboteurs, he plays the Artificer perfectly. Lots and lots of, what is it called? Flash of Genius, which I think you'll get a little bit later on.
Yeah.
And it literally just screws up anything you try to do. It's like, nah, Flash Genius. Nah, Flash Genius. It's brilliant. It's literally like bardic inspiration on crack. It's like, it's ridiculous. But yeah, so I can't wait to see what Baggy does. Yes, hit points.
Hit points are 9.
And you've got an AC of 13 as well.
Yeah.
Great. Right. All right, guys. Well, you know what? We've done really, really well here. We've only talked for 50 minutes.
Wow.
Oh
But
my-
you know what? We've it's all been like stream stuff. Like it's been so professional.
We need to cut some of that professionalism down for next week.
We've
Yeah.
had a lot to talk about. We've had a big
Yeah.
break. It was streamline.
Mm-hmm. Fuckity bollocksy shittity cunt. Right, so let's continue, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So it actually feels as if we're going to end up doing like 10 minutes and then having to take a break before we crack on. All right. Oh, so Alex is saying Artificers cause so many problems. You are a very brave DM for allowing one. I think the question is, am I stupid? And I think that Evie is an amazing player to be able to destroy me with one of these. So bring it on, Evie. All right.
I'm so excited.
I'm really excited. All right. So, as we know from last week, we were at the docks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right to start playing D&D? We don't have to have anything else we will talk about.
Let's play
No.
D&D.
Let's
All right,
play
cool.
D&D.
Let's play
Let's do
some D&D. Right, cool. So last week you were at the docks, and you just sort of saved or found the warehouse, which had all of the flour essentially being redirected. I'm also going to say that you found a ledger there as well. So I'm thinking Baggy will probably be the one who finds the ledger. So you kind of find this book, and you've opened it up, and what you see is a manifest for a ship called the Indemnity. That seems to be on a cycle, like it's going away and it's coming back and picking up everything that's inside this warehouse and taking them away. Where it goes, you don't know, but you do know that it's supposed to come here, pick up, and move off. And you notice that it should have been coming like the next morning. It should be arriving to take everything. So you spent like a good 20 minutes loading up the cart of all the flour. But my question to you guys is like, how do you're sort of in this sort of warehouse, you know that the ship is coming. and it's a real question of like, how do you kind of change the direction of this flower to make sure the flower continues to go to where it should be? I suppose is a real question. So that kind of starts coming through your head of like, how do you continue this going on if this has been sort of stopped by the Watchers, which you think it is being stopped by the Watchers? How do you make sure that the baking can continue? And this conversation sort of like starts happening as you're loading up the flour.
Baggy turns to the group and says, well, I mean, this is one thing, but the person who's expecting to find all of this is going to notice that something's not right.
So I think you've got to make it public. If you make it public, then they can't say anything. You try and do it in secret, they can make us disappear. You distribute it out like a man of the people that you claim to be, Arba, then not much they can do.
Yeah, all right. I am a man of the people, so all right, we'll do it public.
As you kind of throw that big sack of flour onto the side and put it onto the case yourself, as the other two are kind of like throwing the sacks onto the cart. And you kind of smell this on a smell of tobacco as you see Oshi sort of leaning against the wall, just having a cigarette, watching you guys load it all up into the cart.
Are you going to fucking help us? Or are you going to keep spitting poison?
Without me, you'd be dead. So I've done my work.
Right. She always like this.
Yeah.
And you tolerate it because...
We haven't decided if we tolerate you yet.
Fair enough.
But there will be... Baggy's right, there will be ramifications for this. Whether it happens publicly or privately, we've just pissed a lot of people off.
It's a shame you don't have a crime family behind you, isn't it?
Oh,
but you haven't decided whether you tolerate me yet, so...
I know who scares me more, Arba. It's not you.
Oh, not me. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Man of the people, you said it yourself. I'm just, you know.
Intolerable. Anyway, we need to have a chat with Baragon. Should we do it now or later?
How are they doing?
Do you want to find out, like, medically how they're doing, or just like, are they awake?
Just more if anyone's actually checked on him yet, or whether we've just gone, oh, there's Baragon, grab the flower.
Baragon sort of sat on a little chest next to Oshi. He's also having a cigarette. And he kind of looks up and goes, "Yeah, I'm all right."
What happened?
Must have been a week ago. I was just prepping the dough, and they burst in. They literally took everything. Knocked me over the head with a club, and the next thing I remember, I'm waking up in that room there. And they've just been stopping the flower ever since. I think they found out about you and me, Yoshi.
So, ramifications.
I never saw Alphonse.
Who did you see?
It's one of their lackeys. What's his name? Kenku. Were. Do you know that?
What?
Bald.
Cliff?
No, he's a bald Kenku called Were. Terrifying. completely covered in tattoos.
Well, I'm assuming he didn't say much to you.
No. But somehow he repeated some of our conversations, Oshi. I think he's been watching us for a while.
You two are fucking stupid to be talking on Blackstar.
Starts laughing. You. What the fuck are you doing here? You know, your presence here will cause a war.
I intend on it.
You're a fucking idiot.
Well, you're the one that was tied up, so...
How is Ma?
She's dead, mate.
And I think that's probably the first time that you guys have all heard that she's dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's dead.
Yeah, tonight.
I think Baragon's going to do a little check and see if you're telling the truth. So could you do a persuasion? Because it is true, I suppose, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. 14.
Oh, he beats it. And he looks at you and he's like, no shit. How did she die?
Old age.
You seem cut up about it.
Yeah, not really.
That crime family of yours, not very close then?
I believe we had a little conversation before about the blades not being what they used to be. Hopefully this is a step in the right direction.
Well, hang on a minute. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be taking your throne or something? Solidifying your power, making sure that those around you are not going to screw you over, killing off your enemies and solidifying your allies.
I thought I'd try and solve a problem before it became a problem. Hence why I'm here.
Right.
Next couple of days are going to be important.
Your little stepbrother, Billy.
He's not my stepbrother, but go on.
Like, I can remember seeing you two running around, smashing windows and kicking cats when you were younger.
I was smashing windows. He was taking the credit for it.
Do you really think that he is being patient?
No. But what I'm hoping he's going to do is be stupid. Because stupid people get killed.
All right. I would probably tell you not to go back with this flower.
I've already sent Elaine off. Blade should be arriving any minute. And when they see Man of the People Harbour, I'm sure I'll get a few pats on the back.
Yeah, and a bag over your head.
No,
they wouldn't do that to me.
On that, Pups is going to start looking around.
For?
Like, just for any movement, any people sneaking towards us, any just sort of scanning the horizon so that no one comes up and puts a bag over someone's head.
Baggy notices Pups go off and sees this as her opportunity to go with him and talk to him.
Right, so you're going to go off.
Yeah, just like slightly disengage from the conversation, find a good point where I can see most of the harbour and just keep an eye.
So you kind of go out of the main doors and you onto that like wooden walkway. And you sort of stood there, kind of looking out, sort of facing into the dock ward itself. And Baggy sort of walks up next to you as you can hear the conversation continue. And what you kind of mainly happens is Baragon going, Arba, you are an absolute fucking tool. They are going to kill every single one of your friends and everyone you love to establish themselves. It's like the last thing you hear as you kind of come outside.
Baggy just sort of dies to herself and then is like, well, Arva likes the sound of his own voice, doesn't he?
I really wish I tried to punch him more times.
So, what do we do about him? He seems like a bit of a chaos maker.
Yeah, about that. I think he's probably got enough chaos in him to bring down both the Blades and the Watchers. So me and Oshi have just been trying to help him, let him.
Right. So, who's in charge of this situation? Is Arva the new boss of the three of us?
I don't think so, no. I mean, it's nice to let him think he is on occasion. Sometimes we give him a little bit more leniency, but don't you worry, I've got my eyes on him, and the minute he slips, I'll cut his throat.
That's quite shocking to you, Baggy.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, I think you were never here for the kind of pups killing, murdering sort of stuff. And that's quite a shocking statement to come from pups.
Well, I see. I suppose Tungsten changed a lot.
Everything changed, Baggy.
Yeah. I know that's the reason why I'm back. I found some stuff earlier. Baggy completely changes the conversation because she doesn't want to go there. So the flower and everything looks like it's being picked up by a ship called the Indemnity every couple of weeks, months now. Comes here, picks it up, goes, but I don't know where. It didn't say anything about that.
Well, maybe our new friend and his heavily connected crime family might be able to help.
This is why I spoke to you, because I wasn't sure whether to say anything in front of Arba.
So, Pups, can you do a history check for me, please?
Mm-hmm. 17.
Oh, boom. So, when the word indemnity is said, the flash of the imagery that you get is stabbing somebody in the darkness and their body lying on the floor. And you start to remember a particular person when you hear the word indemnity.
What was the name of that ship again? Pups pulls out the manifest from the
a completely new manifest, the one that you've just seen, Baggy.
This is a career manifest from the Indemnity. I pickpocketed it off a guy. Was giving Offshi some problems, so I just took his gold, and this was in with it. Do you want to see?
Yeah, of course I want to see. Do you remember anything else about the guy? Like, what did they look like? Did they, I don't know, look like a blade, like a watcher?
That flash of imagery kind of kicks into your face of like that life drawing from their face and their eyes.
Pups remembers everything, but tries to sort of keep it together. He was.
Can you do a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Yeah, I can.
To see if you hold it together or not.
12.
There's a pause.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, I rolled that with the wrong character sheet. The one that was had the indemnity thing on, because I was trying to. Do you want me to roll again or keep it at 12?
Yeah, roll again.
13.
Baggy, you see a pause, and you know Pups long enough to know that pause means something, but you don't know what necessarily.
He was very rich. He was not from here. He was actually at the that opening in the casino where you won all that money. Just another high roller, going where the popular stuff is. Thought he'd come and check out some poverty porn, you know?
I don't think you're telling me everything.
Do you do an insight check for me, please, Maggie?
Yeah. Oh, where's my sheet?
Ooh,
And can you do a deception check for me, please, Pups?
yeah.
Let's have a look. So
8.
Pups 8 from the deception, and then the insight.
The insight is
10. Okay.
10.
Yeah. You see right through him. He has something else that he's hiding.
Pups just looks down at his feet, and without meeting Maggie's eye, says he was going to hurt Oshi.
Right. And
it's that "and" which you haven't heard probably since you were about 8 years old.
Yeah.
And it takes you right back to a place of Baggy standing with a stick over your playing dead bodies in the playground, and you just hear that word and it sort of establishes authority.
And I couldn't let that happen.
right. So what did you do?
Do you want to know?
I don't think I need you to tell me. She kind of sort of looks around like for inspiration of what to say next, because I think Baggy knows, because Pups would do anything to save us, any of us, the same way that Tunk would have. So
actually, she looks up, and it's the first time that the name Tunk has come into her head as well since she got back.
I'm shocked. I am shocked. I'm shocked. But that's because it feels like ever since I went away, every single thing that could have maybe even gone wrong has just gone wrong.
Okay, you've got some more advantage, Baggy, just from Ferg.
Thank you.
So let's start using that advantage.
Sorry, my my thingy froze for some reason, so I didn't spot that one. Baggy, I will do what it takes to protect this family, same as you. You've just seen us in danger. And what have you done? You've blown up half a fucking dock. I won't be lectured by you.
So how did it happen then?
What?
Getting rid of the problem person who was going to hurt Oshi.
Followed him into an alleyway.
And we kind of like go away from that scene as the two of you are like chatting through, and we sort of see the faces. And we go back to Arba, Oshi, and Baragon.
Right, okay. As the soon-to-be leader of this group and the Blades,
Not this group.
I recommend you stop giving me fucking grief.
Anyway, Aragon, I feel like when we get back, in fact, can we even go back?
I'm sure you'll be fine, but I would probably talk to a few friends. Get yourself a bit quiet.
And are you going to go back?
Of course. Let's go get that bakery open.
And what are you going to say when asked about where you were?
I'm going to say that Alphonse had captured me.
Correct.
Look, you really are a fucking arsehole, aren't you?
Handsome arsehole.
And he's sort of there and he kind of licks his hand and sort of cleans the dust from his fur. You have no fucking idea, do you?
About what?
You think, you've sat in that beautiful, I'm going to call it castle at number 21. Arfa protected you. And you think he was wonderful.
A good man.
Yeah. Good man. Yeah, I'll let you believe that. What was his rule?
Well, if it weren't for us,
he had a couple
your
of
business
rules.
wouldn't be booming.
That is true. But you did it out of intimidation and fear.
Got to lead somehow.
Stopping the working man from making an honest pay. You sat in your ass. Arthur had some rules, didn't he?
That's right.
Come on, enlighten us.
Never be without your blade. Never kill out of anger. Only kill for money or power. And above all, never try and make honest money. Because money isn't honest. There is no such thing, Baragon, as making an honest coin. It always goes from someone to someone. If you were doing this out of honesty, you'd be giving away your bread for free.
Yeah, touche. If I play the game that everyone's playing.
That's right.
You just play a game that's made up of your own rules. You privileged little fuckweed. And it's probably the first time you've heard somebody who's not part of your family disrespect you. Apart from Arfa, but Arfa and Alphonse, but you kind of expect it from Alphonse.
I'm starting to think Pup saying man of the people was just taking a piss. But here we are.
Yeah. Here we are. Now, I'm going to go back to my bakery. Get some people some work. Make sure everyone knows that it was Alphonse. And you go back to number 21.
Mm-hmm.
Mark my words. You'll spend tonight in a cell. Or worse.
All right, Baragon. Anyway, you're welcome for that life that we saved.
He kind of gets himself up. And he looks over at Oshi and he comes over and he gives you a genuine, loving hug. And he just whispers, thank you.
And Oshi knows that this is probably the last time she's going to be able to see Baragon. For a long, long time, because obviously they won't be able to be seen together at all now. And she just hugs him back and she can feel his fur getting wet, and it's almost like she doesn't realise that just one tear is just, and she can feel this little bit of matted fur against her cheek, and she rubs her face into his chest, and then she stands back and she says, "You're my friend. I'll see you soon."
And he kind of kisses you on your forehead. And just that big wet nose of this lion, just sort of hitting the top of your forehead, and he kind of turns off and walks out of the warehouse across the wooden part. And he kind of cuts in between the two of you.
As he's passing, Arbor's there with his hands open. Aye, I'll get out.
Fuck off, Arbor. He kind of
All
walks past, and he goes through the center of Pups and Baggy as he walks through, and he's like, I'll see you guys later. Thank you.
Be safe.
Yeah, look after yourself.
Same to you. And he kind of turns and starts to leave. And he stops at the end and he turns around and he goes, just look after Oshi, would you?
Yeah, of course.
Pop just smirks.
We'll see you later. And it disappears into the fog as he goes. And the two of you have kind of just finished the last moment of, I'd say, the stab. As you kind of look at each other, and I think, Baggy, you're kind of like in that moment of not necessarily shock, because you kind of expected it from the moment that he started talking, but the detail has kind of shocked you, I think.
So there you go.
There we go.
It's a very different Blackstar Lane now, Baggy.
Yes, I am fully aware of that. The difference is that you did that before anything had even happened to Tunk. I came back, saw you in danger, and I wasn't going to let it happen again.
I saw Oshi in danger. Oshi told me she was in danger. When have you ever heard Oshi say she's in danger?
I'm just wondered why I'm not included. I wasn't included in the decisions made at the time.
And you start to hear this growl that's like coming from Baggy. It's like when that decision, and it's like that feel inside, it rumbles from her chest. Can you do an intimidation check for me, please, Baggy? I want to remind you that you have 3 sets of advantage to play.
I was going to say, I'm definitely using advantage.
Thanks, Berg.
Oh!
Oh my God, what a waste! It's all right, I still got
2. Pups, let's do a wisdom save and just see if you beat 8.
20.
And you kind of look at them in the eye.
Pup sort of notices this rage in Baggy, and it's quite new, but sort of shrugs it off and says, maybe if you hadn't wandered into your high stakes game and stayed with the family, I would have included you.
That isn't fair. That isn't fair. I went into that room because I had the opportunity to do so, and I could have found some stuff out.
And what was my alternative? Should I come in after you and let that guy get away, and then next time we find Oshi dead on the floor? I made a choice.
Look, you made a choice. Fine. Obviously, I'm glad that Oshi is okay, but next time I want to be involved in these decisions, and I want it to be discussed before we do anything rash. Do you have any idea what it's like to come back to Waterdeep and have chaos everywhere? It's like a different place.
And you look down and you see that there's this fire burning in her hand as she's talking to you. And this is completely fucking new for you. Pups.
Yeah.
You've never seen magic like this before.
Baggy, You're right. It's terrifying. But we were here when it happened. We didn't ask for this. We didn't know. 1 minute everything was okay, and then the next minute I'm there up in our house, just with a rag on Tunk's head, willing him to get up. The entire street turned on us. Now, I know you didn't ask to be taken away, but you were. And we had to adapt to survive. I'm so happy you're back. But you have to accept things are different now. We're not children anymore.
And as you say anymore, Ashi and Arba sort of walk up behind you.
Fucking hell. They told me you were magic, but fuck.
And you see this huge ball of fire just sort of burning in her hand. As she sort of...
Yeah. I think, well, I was thinking more that a couple of things that Pup said to her then she was holding on to, like, you know, you weren't here, and then just hearing about the whole thing that happened with Tunk. I feel like as she hears the footsteps coming from everyone else, she realizes it's not the time to talk about it anymore, and she just, the fire, she just almost like gets rid of it in the water. She almost like throws it down, and it's just like
it's like steam sort of like rising up.
And Pups genuinely takes a step back, a bit scared.
So,
And that's so cuts across this like misty, like 4 a.m. dock.
There's no one here. We're safe. How's the cart going?
Well, since I was the only one fucking loading it up, it's going pretty shit.
As you then see Helena, like, as she like takes the horse and like takes the flour off. As she kind of loaded up most of it, but she's going off to kind of do it anyway.
So what now?
Well, Elena brings it back to the Blades come here, take up the rest, and we prepare for war tomorrow.
You think we're going to have till tomorrow?
Yeah. The Watchers aren't going to start nothing without planning it. They're going to need a night to be able to do so. We've got the same time they do.
by we, you mean the Blades, not
No,
we as
we.
four?
The 4 of us. Best friends, eh?
No.
What do you mean? I thought we were getting on well. No? Because you met me here. I asked you to come. And
Yeah, we assumed you had some sort of plan.
Well, the plan is to find the flower. The plan was to get Blackstar working again. Man of the people. And here you are, helping Arba.
Oh, so you owe us for our help.
Pops just smiles.
I mean, we helped you. We got the flower. We've got Blackstar working again.
Yeah.
I thought your motive was to try and take the Watchers out.
My motive is always gold.
Well, it's a good thing Blackstar's working again, isn't it? That's how the gold comes in.
Right. I want a contest between these two charismatic powerhouses. All right, so we've got a persuasion, and I'm reckon, Arba, do you really believe what you just said then, or is that no? All right, so let's do a persuasion against a deception, and let's see what happens.
Okay, so I'm rolling persuasion.
So anybody on the chat who want to kind of influence this roll, now's a good time to do it. So we want to get a persuasion from Oshi. and we want to get a deception from Arba.
Okay, ready?
Right, 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
my
Oh, okay. So you just been given an advantage. Do you want to do it again?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
I hate this game.
Oh.
I hate this.
So,
Oh, this is amazing.
so literally, this cuts through everything that you've been saying, Arba. And you begin to kind of believe that this is not about like leadership and friendship and them owing you and all that. It's literally like, yeah, all right, she's in it for the money.
All right, then. What do you want? Gold?
100.
100 fucking gold. 50.
80.
51.
80.
51 and a couple of silvers.
Can I try and pickpocket Arba whilst this is happening?
Yes, please. Yeah. So let's do a sleight of hand.
Okay.
Absolute bellend. Oh, I missed Hunk.
Oh, it's a 9.
Yeah, you feel, Arba, you feel somebody putting a hand into your pocket.
49.
And you're just going to let it continue.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, what does he take?
Oh,
we
no,
just
no,
got-
no, sorry, that was me. My hand on his, but I mean the wager is going to continue.
Okay, cool. So, we just got some advantage for Pups. And if you want to re-roll that.
What is this guy? Come on.
30.
Is that higher than your passive perception? Arba.
Yes, it is.
Right. Right. So what did they take? You can allow you to choose an object that they can take.
Object or gold?
Up to you.
Because it looks like I've only got 15 gold on me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was going for his blade, but maybe that wasn't a high enough roll for that.
I don't think that's high enough to get the blade. The blade is like strapped to his chest. It's the most important object he has on his entire person.
Yeah. You take my knife and this campaign's ending now.
Do it. No.
I mean, yeah. I mean, everything else is kind of shite in my inventory. So I'd say 15 gold pieces.
Yep.
It's in a little bag.
I think, Pups, you're clever enough not to take everything.
Yeah, I've learned.
Yeah. So what are you going to take?
Just gonna take the 15 gold.
Take the lot.
Oh, I thought you meant everything from his entire.
No,
inventory.
I meant like you found the gold purse. Do you take the whole gold purse, or do you leave him something?
Oh, I see. No, I'll take.
Come on, take the lot. Go on. You've taken the whole purse. I won't find out that the purse is gone until later on. Because passive perception is as much as fucking a hot dog vendor in a store.
All right, yeah, I'll take the purse, just a little with a blade, and then the purse is gone.
All right. So you got 15 gold. The conversation continues.
Okay, so I'm going to retcon the 49 because
Okay.
I didn't feel the hand in my pocket.
Yeah.
55. I'm fairly sure I've got some coin on me.
We have a plan to create, apparently. So you're wasting valuable time.
You're the one who's asking for more. Settle this deal, and then we're done.
80.
Keeping an eye.
65, final offer.
75. Fine.
75, done. Fuck, I can't fucking stand this anymore. 75.
you spit on your hand straight away. So there is a moment though when you grab her hand, you kind of pull her close.
So you're telling me that all you want is money. Don't want to get revenge on your little dwarf friend. Don't want to try and save this street. You're just after gold. Is
You've
that
never
right?
met a Yuan-Ti before, have you?
I've gone out of my way to avoid doing so. And let me tell you, my instincts were right.
And humans to Yuan-Ti pureblood smell disgusting. So this is the closest I've ever got to a human. So remove yourself from me immediately.
Answer my question.
It's gold or nothing.
Well, then you are no worse than I. And he lets her go.
Yeah. And you just see this like snake tongue like sort of come out of Archie. Which I don't think you guys have ever seen an Archie snake tongue sort of come out ever. As the four of you kind of march off into the darkness, and you kind of make your way through the streets of the dock ward, up to Blackstar Lane itself. Can I get you all to roll a stealth check for me, please?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, Becky, you've got so much advantage.
But she doesn't.
She don't need it. She don't need it.
Don't need it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and like Arbor, fucking critting it as well. Like insane.
This is ridiculous. Yes, Pops as well. 22, 21. Nice.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. So you guys are all kind of like making your way through the alleyways, up to Blackstar Lane. In fact, you kind of come round it in a weird way, and you turned up round by where Clip was murdered. I think he was murdered, wasn't he, or just beaten up?
He just have his beak snapped, didn't he?
Yeah, crit does mean drink. You're absolutely correct. Sorry, Daz.
Who was that?
I'll drink again. Fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct. So you kind of make your way through, and suddenly the back doors of number 21 opens. And you see, you're all hidden in the shadows as you see somebody being led out, pushed at the back of the scruff of the neck, as they're kind of pushed out into the courtyard at the back. They see that they've got a bag over their head. But Pups, you see the bright scales. Oh, it's Darren. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Thanks,
he went
Darren.
straight over to
Yeah,
Twitch.
great. That makes more sense. Okay, Darren, thank you. Yeah, Pups, you see the brightly coloured scales of a dragonborn, and his arms are up. And I think Arbor, I know your passive perception is bullshit, but you would know your friend's you would know your friend's skin quicker than anything else. As you can see him being kind of pushed down the stairs by a bunch of Billy's kind of muscle.
Is this out the back of 21?
At the back of 21.
So push down the stairs as in the stairs leading out to the back?
Yeah, so
now they're outside.
And now they're outside, and they kind of like push forward, and they start moving across to like a hole in the ground, like a manhole. And they kind of drop him to his knees. As you can see, a couple of them sort of stand there. You see. Yeah, you see. You see Lador, the elf, also known as the Punisher. And you also see other groups of them. So you see Diamond Cutter, the Goliath, Panic, the Tiefling, and Ushet, the orc, around him. They've all got blood like up their hands.
So it's Diamond Cutter, Panic, Ushat, and who was the last one?
And Lador, I think it was.
Lador. Oh yeah, sweet, cool. The elf.
Yeah, Lador, the elf, and he seems to be giving you orders. But they are all like, their knuckles are all covered in blood. They seem as if they've been on some sort of spree inside. Could you do a wisdom check for me, please?
Just straight wisdom.
Yeah. Wisdom save. Sorry, my apologies.
Wisdom save. Okay. 20.
And you hold your nerve as you watch them kind of take your friend down into the sewers. As you kind of you feel as if you want to go out and save him, but you know this is not the time. You then look towards the door and you see Billy come out, and he sort of has a smoke, and he starts to have a conversation with somebody next to him.
What do they say?
Okay, so you want to read their lips, or do you?
Yeah,
use...
I do.
Yeah, you do. All right. So, you hear him talk to to Horman, who's this massive orc. He's got piercings like literally in every single part of his face. He's got piercings. I think Arba, you know who Horman is. He's incredibly terrifying.
He's same level as me.
Yeah.
In terms of hierarchy within the Blades.
Yeah. He turns to Billy, turns to him and goes, so is that everyone? And Orman goes, Trish is in, but we've taken Snug. We've taken his other calls, his spies. Anybody heard of him yet? Orman's like, no, sir. No one's seen Arba for about 3 hours. I want a search put out. Yes, sir. And he kind of turns, throws his cigarette out into the darkness, and kind of goes back inside.
Is it safe? Has everyone gone back inside?
It's got all going back inside. The guys have gone down into the sewer, and it's kind of quiet.
I turn round to Arba and very, very quietly say, I don't think it's the Watchers you need to worry about. They're looking for you. And you're the only one of your group they haven't yet found. So if you had a plan, now's the time to tell us the rest of it. Otherwise, we've got a decision to make now.
And then you hear, fire! 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 As you can hear it coming from the street. As you look up, and you can see smoke coming from the far end of the street, so up towards where you live. You see smoke starting to bellow out. As you kind of look across the courtyard, because that back courtyard goes all the way through to number 3. As you can see people starting to come out of their homes with buckets as they run towards number 3. As you start to see the flames start to kick up into number 3. As you run towards it, you're suddenly grabbed just outside number 9. And they pull you, and people begin to pull you into the back of number 9. And you just see the face of Auntie Patrick as she just goes, shush. As we're going to take a little break.
Oh, what a start!
Oh my word. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to take a little break. I'd say we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes time. And we shall continue this little adventure as we go forth.
I'm sure we've all got fire PTSD as well.
No.
Oh, this is what happened when you go looking for flour. Okay, so I hope you guys are enjoying yourself so far, but we're going to be back in about 5 minutes time. Remember, keep those points coming, keep influencing those roles as Heavens, Bevins and Ferg has done so far.
Help Arba out as well. Come on, guys.
You've got one. You've just had one come through.
Oh, has one just come through?
One Arba advantage just come through.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Dan. I missed that one.
That's right.
Yes, fantastic. So Arba, you got a little advantage to help you out. All right, guys. So we'll see you guys in about 5 minutes time.